What's up, Maniacs? My name is Mex. I'm a wrestling fan, wrestling enthusiast, WrestleManiac if you will, and today we are going to discuss why Kofi Kingston should be WWE Champion again. Last night on a very poor Monday Night Raw, Kofi Kingston and Drew McIntyre were in the main event, taking on one another for the #1 contendership position to take on Bobby Lashley at Hell in a Cell for the WWE Championship. What a match these two men put on, and in the end, Drew McIntyre got the big win. Although a lot of us probably wanted Kofi Kingston to win, Drew McIntyre probably was the favourite going into that match, and he will take on Bobby Lashley at Hell in a Cell later this month. Now, obviously, Drew McIntyre has had a very long, storied past with Bobby Lashley, and Drew McIntyre winning here will continue that story. So for that particular reason, I'm not too mad at it. However, I do think Kofi Kingston should have gone on to face Bobby Lashley and win the WWE Championship, and I'm going to give you my reasons as to why in just a second, so stay tuned. In case you didn't know, right here at WrestleManiac UK, I discuss everything that's WWE and AEW, so if this sounds like the place for you, make sure you hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit the notification bell so you get notified each and every time I drop a new video. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get into the video why Kofi Kingston should be WWE Champion again. So before I talk about Kofi, I'm just going to talk about Drew McIntyre just a bit. Drew McIntyre, obviously, like I said, he's had this long story with Bobby Lashley. He faced Bobby Lashley as one of his first competitors when he won WWE Championship last year. Backlash last year, about a year ago, and since then, you know, in the last 5 to 6 months especially, Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre have been back and forth over the WWE Championship. Bobby Lashley, of course, made a deal with Miz to eventually take that title from Drew McIntyre. So these guys have a ton of history, so I get it. And to be honest, Drew McIntyre would be the right choice because the next match, if it is in a Hell in a Cell, that is where feuds should end. Drew versus Bobby, and if Drew's to win, that is it. These guys don't see each other anymore, at least for the next 6 months, because it has been absolute overkill from these two. If you guys remember back to late last year as well, Drew McIntyre actually lost the WWE Championship in Hell in a Cell to Randy Orton. So it would be kind of perfect symmetry if Drew McIntyre wins the WWE Championship within the cell structure as well against Bobby Lashley. However, we come here to talk about Kofi Kingston, so let's talk about Kofi Kingston. Someone that they could easily thrust, and that's exactly what they did, thrusted him into the main event picture at any point, and Kofi Kingston will always deliver, will always give us really good matches, and it's a different competitor. For the last 5-6 months, like I said, it's been Bobby Lashley, Drew McIntyre, Bobby Lashley, Drew McIntyre, Miz, Bobby Lashley, Drew McIntyre, Bobby Lashley, Drew McIntyre, Braun Strowman. Kofi Kingston brings a brand new element to this back and forth of competitors that it has been, this repetitive cycle of competitors that it has been for the last 6 months. As well as that, Kofi Kingston has history with Bobby Lashley, MVP, the Hurt Business. MVP even mentioned on this past week's show that he cried tears, and we've seen the videos. He cried tears when Kofi Kingston became WWE Champion, and they could really use that towards a story of Kofi Kingston taking on Bobby Lashley and maybe becoming champion again. And for me, one of the other biggest reasons is that Kofi Kingston is a true face. He is like King Babyface on Raw, maybe even across the company at this point. Kofi couldn't be a heel if he tried, and you might ask yourself, why is that important? It's because fans are coming back. In the next month or so, we're gonna have fans in stadiums again, and walking into this kind of new era after the pandemic era with a true babyface champion, because obviously Roman's doing his thing as a heel over on SmackDown. That is what they need. Now, some will argue that Drew McIntyre is a babyface. I agree, but the constant pushing of Drew, it has riled people up the wrong way. People are still invested in Drew McIntyre as a champion and as a babyface, but it's not at the height it was last year when he won it. Nowhere near. Kofi Kingston would be somebody that everybody would back. Kofi Kingston would be somebody that we all want to see as WWE Champion again, especially in regards to how he lost it the first time round. 7 seconds against Brock Lesnar on the premiere of SmackDown on Fox? Why wouldn't you premiere your new era of Monday Night Raw with a new babyface champion that we can all get behind? Because if they put Drew out in front of everyone as champion, some people will like it, but I don't think there will be that rousing ovation, because we have seen Drew do it for the past year, and like I said earlier, people are beginning to get a bit bored. Kofi Kingston can be that big babyface champion, and maybe if we're lucky, they could even let him kind of hold the belt for an extended period, right the wrongs of what they did with his last title run and how it ended. And like we know, he will put on excellent matches. They've already rumored that there's going to be a lot of call-ups from NXT UK. Kofi Kingston would be the best person to go through the paces with these new guys on the main roster. It would be really good to see these brand new, fresh matchups. We don't want to be talking about Kofi Kingston lost the title in 7 seconds for the rest of our lives. Neither do we want to talk about how he waited 11 years just to win the title in the first place. Give Kofi Kingston a second run. Really back him. Really treat him as your babyface champion going into this new era of Monday Night Raw, because Drew McIntyre could do it, but there could be a negative reaction there, and personally I don't think they're behind Lashley. Lashley just looks good with the title now, but I think once crowds come back, Lashley will probably lose that title anyway. And for me, Lashley should only remain champion if they plan to do Lashley versus Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. So guys, that's why I think Kofi Kingston should be WWE Champion again. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. And for the match we are gonna get, Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Lashley at Hell in a Cell, who would you like to see win that match? You never know, Kofi Kingston may be the #1 contender coming out of that Hell in a Cell match, or Kofi Kingston may win the Money in the Bank. Maybe that should be another video. Let me know down below in the comments. If you enjoyed today's video, please give us a big thumbs up, and if you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel. Subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you get notified each and every time I drop a new video. WrestleManiac UK signing out, and I'll see you soon.